Hello, everybody. This is a special review for Last of Us 2. I have my older brother here, Brandon, with me, and we are about to get into it. I did not beat the game. I am really early on in the game, but you have beat it how many days ago? How long
Uh,
did it take you to beat the game?
about 3 days. Just playing off and on. About 3 or 4 days.
So first, before we jump into the future, let's talk about the past. How did you like the first one?
Oh, it's a masterpiece in a game, and it's a classic
Mm-hmm.
for sure. For
Okay.
sure.
I felt like the first one, you know, me and horror games don't get along. So I
Yeah.
don't, my nerves too bad for that. If people who make fun of people who have bad nerves is terrorists, and they work for Hydra, and that's all I'm a say for that. But uh I still beat the game. You know what I'm saying? There's only
Oh,
two.
wow.
There's only
I didn't know
two.
you beat it.
Really? Yeah, I beat it. There's only two horror games that I beat uh purposely,
Mhm.
and I don't even know if they're considered horror games. Maybe survival games, survival action, but it's Resident Evil 4 and Last of Us 1. Last of Us 2, I might finish this game on YouTube, might just watch it
Yeah.
rather than play it. But the first one was that says a lot because I don't play horror games, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
were the only two games that I fucked with where I was like, oh, okay, this is not bad. And it was a little bit, it wasn't as scary to play
I feel
because of
like
the content
Resident
was
Evil
good.
4 and The Last of Us, those is like really like there was horror, but it was like the tension, like those moments
Yeah.
were.
I mean, Resident Evil 4 wasn't scary for me anymore. Once you keep hearing the guy who says more than STDs, it's kind of weird. Is like it breaks the tension for the horror for me. Where if you creeping around and you just hearing more than STDs, more than STDs, more than
That's what you gonna
STDs,
get.
more than, and then his head turns into an STD and it's just wiggling around and it snaps and it snaps, man. I'm telling you. But Resident Evil 4 wasn't scary once you found the guy, you know what I'm saying? Once you found the guy on
Short
the
dude.
corner, you know what I'm saying? That the guy
Oh
who comes
yeah.
into every laundromat in the hood selling you shit.
Stranger.
Yeah. Oh man, did I tell you about that? The guy came up to me and mom's when we was doing laundry, and he was selling packages of meat and SpongeBob watches, and he had a purple raincoat, and it was July. He had a purple
Oh man.
raincoat that came to his ankles, and he was not sweating once because he was that confident in his deals in SpongeBob watches and meat.
If you buy meat from that person, then you gonna get what you deserve.
Oh, I did. I got a bad life. I bought the no no but seriously, back to Last of Us 1. uh I just want to set the stage for Last of Us 1 and it it was more so like this father daughter feel vibe for the whole game. That was really it was just really interesting to see that because they wasn't related, but that
Right.
fit together and then bond, and then
It was
Jill.
two flawed, broken people that bonded together to try to survive this apocalyptic world.
COVID-19. Yeah,
Yeah.
they bond together trying to survive coronavirus. That's
Right.
that's in the later stages
I
of
think
coronavirus.
The Last of Us. When people talk about The Last of Us, it's not so much the gameplay. It
Mm.
was the way they told the story. And a lot of people have a problem with that, where a lot of gamers are used to good guy, bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good guy, there's a bad guy. And
Mm-hmm.
this game, it's like there is no good guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of there really isn't any bad guys. It's just people. You see the decay of society, and
Mm-hmm.
at this point, it's all about survival. There is no, you got games like Zelda. You got this Link character. I need to save the princess.
Mm-hmm.
And this game wasn't that. You was playing a character who was deeply flawed himself.
I think
Trying to,
that's why I liked it more, because he
yeah,
was
yeah. A
deeply.
lot of, but there's a lot of people that don't like that. They like the good guy, bad guy dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I liked it because it just felt more realistic of a story
Right.
than just some guy going from point A to B to save whoever, to do whatever.
Right.
Because people change over time.
Mm-hmm.
And people base their decisions. People make their decisions based off their own personal biases and experiences. So
Yeah.
I could definitely tell that Joel and Ellie, they change from when you first meet the characters towards the end of the game. They're They're almost different people.
Right.
So that journey is.
Hey, a lot of people didn't like that change for Joel. Right. I can't tell you how many times I've changed my order in the middle of an order at a restaurant as my food is coming out to me, and I'm like, I don't even think I'm the same person when I came in here. I want to change.
Right. People change,
I don't want that. And whether he changed for the good or bad is debatable. I mean, on paper it's debatable, but in reality, no, it's not. So spoiler alert, the end of Last of Us 1, Joe fucks over the entire planet because Ellie has seems to have the cure because she's immune. And Joe says, nah, I'm not about to sacrifice this girl for the cure. I'm going to take her back and we're going to go to IHOP. And that was the end of the game. So they also didn't go to IHOP. They just sat in the field and just like, yeah, nothing happened. Don't worry about it. You're not the cure. That was the end of the game. And then credits. And then Naughty Dog's like, you like it? And then people was like, yeah, it was pretty good. That was the game. Last of Us 2 came. I've been ignoring a lot of the leaks and all that, so I didn't know much about the game going in. At this point, I don't care about spoilers anymore. I was talking about this with Demi. Do you or I can't remember if it was you or Demi. Do you feel that for Last of Us 2, what the things in Last of Us 1 did not carry over to Last of Us 2? It's like the gameplay is pretty much the same, but the atmosphere and the story is completely different. Another thing that made Last of Us 1 more intense, real quick, was the fact that Joel was the protector of Ellie. You know what I'm saying? So that was your goal and motivation throughout the game. And Ellie's 14, she's a child, there's nothing but zombies around, and you're this man, this unqualified father figure, I would say, or whatever, you know what I mean? And you're the protector, but they take that away in Last of Us 2. The chick that's rolling around with you in her little dialogues, she more of a beast than your ass. So who's the protector? There's no there's no like, okay, I got to protect this person, or I got to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all a team, y'all looking out for each other and fucking and shit.
Right.
But there's not necessarily that feel that carried over. So do you feel like that hurt the game or helped it, in your opinion?
Oh yeah, I mean, so the biggest problem with Last of Us 2 was Last of Us 1, because The Last of Us 1, that bond, like you pretty much stayed within those two characters, Joel and Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
And that bond built itself over the course of that game.
Right.
I mean, yeah, you had like Tess in the beginning. She ended up dying, but the primary focus was Joel and Ellie. They started off, Joel didn't really care about Ellie, and then over the course of time, you know, the Fireflies, Marlene, she told Joel, hey, you know, we need you to deliver this girl to wherever. And she's the cure.
Right.
You know, she can save humanity. She
Right.
didn't mention to him that she would have to be sacrificed.
That's kind of
over the course of the
fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you would
yeah.
I'm
not even 100% sure that she knew at that time.
Okay.
Because in the game, they show Marlene. There's a flashback where Marlene has a conversation with the doctor about that. So I don't think that. I think by the time Joel knew, like Marlene kind of just knew. She was like, damn. I mean, that's kind of messed up. But Marlene's mind, yeah.
But I mean,
and Joel was, and then you know, you go through all of this, and then they come to find out that Joel is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Even though the decision that he made, I would have made that same decision. But at the same time, I would have known that, okay, well, this makes me the bad guy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have one day, I'm going to get what's coming to me.
Right. Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump into full. You want to do full spoilers, or you want to talk about the tone of part 2? What do you want to do? Let's break Last of Us 2 apart. Let's pick it apart. I'm okay with spoilers. I can, in this video,
I'm good with that.
I can post in the title, you know, spoilers alert, you know, all that blah blah blah. Spoiler alert, Last of Us 2 talks now. Joe died. Joe got mollywopped by, and the whole time while he was getting it was such a special beating for him though. The whole time while he was getting his ass,
she took his time. She took her time.
She took her time. She really she crocked
Sarah Connor was not playing. She was not playing.
So Last of Us 2 is about, I'm guessing, Ellie and Sarah Connor, aka Abby, right?
Yeah.
T800. This bitch is so man. Can I just say this? I'm gonna say this, right?
Okay.
In the beginning of the game, soon as Abby, something happens where like Abby is like her group of people that she's with. This game, it seems like you switch off between Abby and Ellie at times. I'm not sure if it's all throughout the whole game.
So you play as Ellie through half of the game. Then you switch over to Abby, and then you switch back over to Ellie.
Okay. So in the beginning, the first times you're playing with Abby, soon as you see her and she breaks off from her team, you're like, fuck it, I'll do that shit myself. I don't know why. With her hat, her jacket, and her attitude, first thing I thought of was Pusha T. That's random as hell. Random as hell. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
You know.
Bruh. Hey, you know one person that knew? Joe. Joe found out. I tell you that.
Once they blew his damn kneecaps off.
Oh man. They slow roasted this motherfucker. They put him Abby, Sarah Connor, whatever you want to call her, put Joel in the crock pot and fucked him up. Took her time adding seasonings and spices.
No, we gotta put context into this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The reason that Abby was looking to run that fade on Joel.
Okay.
Is because in The Last of Us, the first game, when Joel was in that medical facility, and they was getting ready to operate on Ellie and kill her, to create a cure for the infected. Abby's father was the main doctor that was leading that whole surgery. He was the main surgeon. So when Joel went in there, 99.99999% of players, when they played The Last of Us, when they went in that little surgery room, they killed all the doctors.
Okay.
And you had a choice. Well, I want to say one of the doctors gave up some resistance, if I remember correctly. I don't know if that was Abby's father per se, but yeah, Abby's father, Joel killed Abby's father. So for people to sit here and say that, oh, Joel, they try to, memorialize Joel like he was this hero and he was a great guy. And I'm not playing it because Joel died and he had this horrible. Well, yeah, from your perspective, but from Abby's perspective, Joel killed her father.
Right.
And if you look at the flashbacks, and I'm gonna tell you something, if you look at the flashbacks, Abby was like this little skinny, this little skinny girl who, I think she wanted to be a father. I mean, not a father, a doctor, just like her dad. But then when you see her in the present time, she turns into She-Hulk. So she done spent all of this time. Yeah, she spent all of this time getting ready. And I watched an interview with Neil Druckmann, the director behind and the writer behind The Last of Us 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
He said that was the whole reason. That was her whole reason for getting so ripped, because you gotta understand it was a.
Oh, she was built.
Yes, it was. But when she in the flashback, she wasn't always like that. She was like this little, prissy, girly girl. But you have to understand, a man killed her father in a gruesome fashion. So, she in her mind, she had to make that right. So she had to get ready.
And she been getting ready for 7 fucking years.
Oh yeah. She was ready to run that fade.
Oh,
she was ready to run it. That's why she didn't rush it.
Oh my God. You can tell she was listening to Pusha T.
She was in the gym listening.
Yeah. Ugh. You can hear when she was beating him. You can hear a little bit during the battle.
She probably, I'm telling you, in her playlist, she has some DMX. X gonna give it to you.
Which I really want. Soon as that's when she shot the shotgun on the kneecap. It was sad to see Joe die for about a good 5 seconds, but then while he was being beaten, I was like, yeah, Joe probably deserved that shit. And then wait, hold on. 5 seconds after that, the look on Joel's face, he like, yeah, I deserve this. So I mean, it is what it is.
I felt bad. I didn't really feel bad for Joe. I think since I kind of see myself, like the decisions that, like I said again, Joel is the bad guy, but
Right.
I understand why he made the decision he made. I would have made the same decision,
Okay.
just like Joel. I would have been expecting the pushback from it. I would have
Right.
been expecting the Fireflies to come back for
Yeah.
that after he did what he did. But I did feel bad for Ellie, but I felt even more bad for Tommy because a lot of people
Yeah.
forget he was in the room too. I felt bad for
Yeah.
Tommy. I really feel bad for Tommy. You know.
And Tommy been there since the very beginning for Joe.
Yeah. And they had they falling out after Sarah died. After in the original game, they had their little falling out. But
Right.
I mean, that was his brother, so I was like, man, that's rough.
Right. Did you let's talk about the tone of the game after that big, because Joe I know it's a spoiler, but Joe dies pretty fucking early in the game. So they
Yeah.
get his ass out the way, and then
Yeah,
they
they get
make
him out.
room for lesbians and a little bit of weed. So let's jump into the last lesbians, the last of us, the last lesbian. The only reason I joke about this is because that like people may look at it as like, y'all just don't like lesbians. Like, nah, this ain't the game we thought we was getting. I'm so confused. I thought this father-daughter bond thing, and now it just jumps into the grassy with the fucking zombies, I guess. So it's a little, it's just thrown off. So a lot of people are not happy with this game, I believe, simply because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
if
think it's a combination because a lot of people I've seen, they say that Joe was
they
why did
mad
Joe go,
Joe got
especially with the leaks. Yeah, when the leaks and everything, it was taken out of context. Oh, how do y'all just kill Joel like that? You know? And I look at it like this is not what you have to understand. With Joel's death and him not having like this super heroic death, you know, saving the baby with in one hand and
Hey,
shooting
you talking about the
clickers.
bus falling out of the sky on
Yeah,
fire, filled with children, and he saved every single one.
yeah.
But he's like,
You got this.
die.
This
I got
this
you.
is not the Avengers. This
I
ain't
got
the
you.
Avengers.
Right.
This is not a comic book movie.
He's not
This
getting a
is
Tony Stark
you don't
paid out.
you're not gonna get a heroic death. Who got a heroic death? I would say maybe Tess in the first Last of Us.
Dude,
She got bit and then she kind of. But you don't listen. This is a post-apocalyptic world. You're not going. Everybody is not going to get the super heroic. Go out in the blaze of glory. Joe got what he deserved.
they felt that maybe they felt that Joe was supposed to die at the end of this game, or he was supposed to do or be a lot more. But this game was not about Joe.
No,
it
that's
was
why I say it was more
actually
realistic.
Kind of was. The game is still about Joe fucking up in the first one.
Yeah.
And his fuck up is still ongoing. So yeah, maybe it is about him. And
I would have preferred him getting infected because I think that would have been karma.
Ooh.
I was like, that would have been a perfect way for him to go out. Knowing that you could have prevented yourself from getting affected.
I know Sarah Connor was on short time, but if she would have locked him up for a couple of days and then like threw in a clicker where he was handcuffed and just in the dark and he can't breathe, he can't fart, he can't burp. If he get hungry, what he gonna do? Keep running? His stomach growling, the clicker's like, I'm hungry too. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's gonna be foul. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But back to your original question, I do want to answer your original question before you move on. Like the whole relationship between Ellie and Dina, it just wasn't the same.
First let's go into Dina. Dina is the new companion that travels with you, right?
Right. She's Ellie's girlfriend that originally was dating Jesse.
Yeah. Jesse so far, beginning of the game, coolest guy. The game starts off with Ellie stealing Dina from you. And Jesse is like, listen, there's clickers and shit outside. I don't care. Just do what you got to do. I just want to live. Okay, cool. Is that cool?
Right.
And that's why I like Jesse. And then
Did you see the part when? So Dina was pregnant, right?
no, I ain't get that far.
Yeah.
What by Jesse?
Dina. Yep.
Ooh.
And then Jesse finds out, and then he's still kind of like, well, he's like, why didn't she tell? He was talking to Ellie, like, why didn't she tell me? And is she gonna keep it? And what's going on? He was kind of in the dark on everything. Yeah. This game goes dark. You didn't play long enough to see that. This game goes
clearly
dark.
Clearly.
The game is almost too dark.
I don't. What can I?
Ellie kills a pregnant woman in this game.
Ellie kills Dina?
No, not Dina.
Oh.
But she does kill a pregnant woman in this game. Yeah.
Wow.
This game is very dark.
That's probably why I'm not hearing a lot of. Let me ask you this: does this game feels hush in a way to you?
Explain what you mean.
So this game is extremely popular and it's posted everywhere. But can I show you something real quick? When I shared the screen last time, were you able to see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to show you something that I was just doing like brief research and I couldn't even do it because I saw something. I was like, that's odd. That's weird. And a lot of people are talking about Last of Us 2 fudging numbers or faking reviews and stuff like that. So let me show you.
Well, yeah, the user critic, the average. So this game was review bomb. And the reason I say that is
so look
as soon as they get go ahead.
So you see the 94 metric here, but 48% liked like so the actual like Google used the actual people. 48% liked it. Overall, the audience rating is a 2.5. Now, if I put in Last of Us 1, let's see what I get. Is it still 2.5 for?
Still,
they're talking about Last of Us 1. Last of Us, I'll just put 1 since Google wants to be weird. 96 rating and 4.8 out of 5. So it seems like behind the scenes is not completely honest. That's the rumor. It's not completely honest with
there is some it's a lot of stuff, it's a lot of moving parts going in with that question you asked, because on one hand the Metacritic score, there's a lot of reviewers. Some people are in some way biased to Sony or are in bed with Sony in some way. They have a bias to keep that favorable relationship with Sony and Naughty Dog to say the game is good. But on the flip side of that, you have users that as soon as the leaks, the leaks did a lot of damage for this game. As soon as the leaks came out, you have a whole bunch of reviewers that's like, they killed Joel. I'm done with this game. Don't buy this game. They tell all they people.
You talking about the guys with the angry fists? I'm not gonna.
And then when the game came out, like the average user score was like 3.4 or something like that, and it wasn't even enough time to beat the game. That was like within like the first 15 hours of the game being out. So yes, the game was review bomb. There's biases on both parts. That's why I say, I seen the leaks. I was like, I don't know about that. I played the game from beginning to end. No, it's not as good as the story-wise. Story is not as good as the first one.
Okay.
It's just not. The gameplay, though. The gameplay.
What did you like? What did
a
you?
lot.
Let's get into that. What did you like about 2 that 1 didn't have?
For one, the graphics is really good. And you know me, I'm an 80s baby. I like the bludgeoning.
Yeah, you
know,
like
so
as long as there's blood and guts ripped out somewhere, you like, oh, okay, cool. I'm at
this
home.
game definitely hit my violence fix.
Your violence palette. Yeah.
Definitely that violence palette. That the fact that I feel like on the first Last of Us, I think Naughty Dog learned some things because there were people who did not like The Last of Us 1.
Mhm.
And the main complaint for the people who did not like The Last of Us 1 wasn't the story, it was the gameplay. They don't like the whole stealth hiding in the shadows and all of this. Now, you know me. I grew up playing Metal Gear Solid, Tenchu, Splinter Cell.
I didn't dabble.
So I was right at home. Playing Last of Us.
And I remember
I even beat it.
You real quick, you know what's annoying? When you're new to stealth, so you're trying to adjust to stealth. And I'm not talking about half-ass stealth, where you just like and then run out. That ain't stealth. That ain't stealth. I'm talking about how you used to play them stealth games and you would creep every second. And I'm like, I used to love watching you play video games, but then when you started to do that shit, and I was like, all right, I'll be back. You gonna be in the same spot. I'll be back. You want something? You ain't going nowhere.
Because I used to be, especially Splinter Cell, I had to be a ghost. You gotta be 100%. Like if somebody see me, sorry, somebody saw me.
Yeah,
I'll take peripheral.
I think you know what really trains you on that? Splinter Cell and Tenchu, because remember them levels where you can't get caught at all? You know what I'm saying? As soon as somebody sees you, like, Rikimaru is like, gotta start over. With his gray hair, 20-year-old gray-haired ninja. Fuck it, gotta start over. Fuck
it. Throw the sword in the sky. All right.
Dude, Rikimaru looked like he should have been on the cover of an AARP card. Why did he? I mean, I understand he, at the end of the first game, he was like, well, I'm stuck in hell. Well, I'm just stuck in hell till the next game come out. Oh, the next game's a prequel. I'm still in hell. So Rikimaru was fucking tired. He was tired.
Then he turned into Scorpion for
was that 3?
But,
yeah. And then you had that fucking bald monk guy with the hands.
He had hands though.
I might have to, if they actually port that, I might get that for PS4. I don't know.
They need a Tenchu collection 1 through 3, a remaster. I would love a remaster.
Okay.
Not a remake, a remaster.
Yeah, a remaster would be nice. A remaster would be nice. All right, so back to the gameplay. What else did they add that you fucked with?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, like and I know I'm gonna catch a lot of heat from this, but my favorite character in the game was Abby.
Abby?
Hands down. Yeah. Yep, she had way more firepower, way more weapons. She had hands.
Oh!
Like, I'm talking like CQC Big Boss hands.
Oh! Listen.
Her CQC was nasty.
Brandon, I'm telling you, when the first time you play as Abby and she say, fuck it, I'll do it myself. And she did it just like this. She was like, okay, oh, stop talking. You're bitch made. I'll do it. And she go off, right? I'm like, okay, I haven't played Last of Us in a minute. Let me get used to this. I'm walking, right? A runner sees me, and you know, every runner is posted with the same posture, like, hold on, let me get the camera view real quick. They're like,
yeah.
What is that? And Abby's like, a word, and she running to him, weave. Next snap. I'm like, what is Abby doing? Joel didn't even do that.
He didn't even snap necks.
He didn't snap
Like
necks.
she
Nah.
broke your neck
Yeah.
and her biceps. Like, go to sleep.
Yeah.
Crack. Yeah.
I knew she was a threat when she looked at like she was outside battle rapping motherfuckers in New York. The very first scene, I'm telling you, dude, the very first scene you see with that hat and the little hair coming out in a little bit, I'm like, oh, she about to do something. And her coat looked like she had a bulletproof vest.
Let me ask you this, because I know that you're a Terminator 2 fan.
Oh yeah.
At the bare minimum.
Yeah.
If you put them little sunglasses on, you know she's Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
All she has missed was the aviator sunglasses.
Yeah. She manifests Sarah Connor energy to me, but in a way where it's just completely with the shits, I would say.
Yeah.
It's more so because Sarah Connor used more so guns. She wasn't weaving. Abby fight like a motherfucker on the street, bruh. There's so many hood fights where I was like, all right, I think Abby got this one. I think Abby Abby like weave. Abby fight like this. Like she be like,
bro, let me tell you something.
People that fight stupid hood.
Let me tell you something. I know we jumping.
Oh, we all over the place.
But there's a part where Abby catch up to Ellie. Bruh. Ellie got that ass. Abby ran that fade on Ellie. She ran that fade on Ellie and Dina. When I mean Ellie got her ass whooped, bruh, Abby dislocated her arm and started punching her in the face. Like, bitch, don't you ever. Yeah.
All right, I might have to finish this game. I might have to finish this game. It really feels like Abby was the star of the show. Before we jump all over the place again, the things I wanted to highlight
go ahead.
Was the things that was added. Like I remember you saying something about new clickers. I didn't run into that. So what are the new bad guys, new enemies like in last?
The ones I remember. So you played the first one. You know, there's like the big, you know, you got the runners,
right?
The people that they're just basically people. Your
basic standard zombie type of guy.
Then you have like the clickers, which those are the ones that give you problems.
Okay.
Because their sense of hearing is heightened. So you really have to move really slowly around them.
Mm-hmm.
They have like they have armor.
So you got to shoot a couple times.
Head. Yeah, they take a couple shots. Clickers. Right. Then you have these things. I don't know all the names. I think they're called stalkers.
The fuck is
these are the ones that's going to give you problems. Because there's going to be a part, and the first time you see him, you're going to be going through like this abandoned building.
Okay.
Like an office type building. There's a lot of little cubicles and stuff. It's dark.
Okay.
These things stalk you the way you stalk the infected. They hide. When you go into listen mode, you will not see them because they're hiding.
Well, it's a wrap. Not playing this no more. You think I need that type of stress? I'd be sweating bullets.
But the best way to do it with them is to go loud. That's why I like this game. That's why go loud, because that'll kind of draw them out a little bit. You'll see them peeking their heads out behind cover, and then you can go take them out. That's why I say I think the gameplay in this game is so much better than the first one, because you don't have to rely on, like on the first one, you have to pretty much rely on stealth
alone. Yeah.
On this one, no. You don't
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting. The first thing you said to me was like, yo, don't worry too much on stealth alone.
Right.
Switch it up when you can, because there's been times where I focus so much on stealth where I could have easily just like, fuck it, everybody in this room about to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
which is hard for me. I like I'm the type of person if one person spots me in a certain game or something, I might restart the whole mission because it kind of fucked up
I'm
the
the
whole
same
element.
way.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. But in this game, you got to put yourself into. So I kind of like the fact that on this game you can go in and out of stealth.
mm-hmm.
You can kind of or and sometimes it's just good to run away.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just run away. It's survival.
I don't know why
That's
the audio when you talk sometimes it sounds a little scratchy. It sounds like a connection thing. It's not super
okay.
bad, but I just wanted to let you know. But we gonna work on that in the future.
Yeah.
But overall, what are some things that you think people should know going into Last of Us 2? Like why what makes it worth getting?
For me, the gameplay. I mean, but I know a lot of people they can't um they can't decipher between the gameplay and the story. Yeah, there's going to be things in the story that you aren't going to like. The
Mm-hmm.
ending is not a good
Lackluster.
ending.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of lackluster, and it's kind of like you had this feeling like all that for what? You did all this for nothing.
damn. Let me say this
So,
real quick. The end of Last of because you're not a social media person. Last of Us 1, when it first ended, the whole internet was like, fuck Joe. And then people that still playing like, well, yo, what happened? Like, what happened? And then everybody like, yo, fuck Joe, man. It went from like, oh my God, Joe, I'm so sorry about Sarah. And then like, yo, fuck Joe, man. Don't bring Joel over here. He ain't coming. Joel will go through your shit. You over there pressing X at your drawer and shit. Nah, fuck Joe, man. He can kiss my ass. The whole internet was crazy about that because they haven't a lot of people who into like those I wouldn't say cookie cutter modes for video games, but this was the first time they experienced a more realistic character who had faults that people was like, yo, Joe need help, man. What's going on with him?
like I said, Neil Druckmann, the writer, the director behind Last of Us, he specifically said, because I remember there was somebody asking him a question about the game. There's like, who's the good guy, who's the bad? Neil Druckmann said that this is a game with no good guys and no bad guys. There is no good guy. There is no bad guy. It's just perspective. It's just people have their own different intentions, and it's a people game. It's not about good guys and bad guys. Joel is a person. He's a person who kind of did something really evil,
Selfish.
but you understand. Yeah, selfish. But you understand why, especially if you have kids.
Yeah.
You understand why he did it.
Yeah. It seems like that whole game for part one, he was filling that hole for Sarah, you know what I'm saying, and trying to make things right for his conscience and for you know what I'm saying. But overall, do you with the all the bias and all the shit, do you think Last of Us 2? This is how I think we should rate video games from now on. Fuck a score. Let's keep that shit all the way 100. I just had this idea 2 seconds ago. I think we should rate it by the price. How much would you pay for this?
How much would I pay for
price 60? Or do you think this is a $40 game? Like, yo, you had it, but or
I can't justify of me personally, unless you're just a fan like I am.
Mhm.
If you're a fan, you owe it to yourself. You've been waiting 7 years to play this game. You owe it to yourself to play it good, bad, or impartial. Get the 60, get it full price. But if you just like kind of like a casual, you're like, I kind of like The Last of Us. I can't justify a $60 price for this game.
Damn.
I
Okay.
would say 40
40.
at least. I mean, 40. If you can get it on sale for like $40, yeah, you pick it up.
Still a good game. Just the story is
Still
not.
a good game.
Man, it's not a blockbuster type of.
And I wouldn't even say it's the story. I would say it's like really it fall on the characters. You got weak characters. Dina to me was a weak character. All of Gabby's friends seemed like it was no character development for all of Well, Owen, I don't know if you get.
Was that
Owen.
Abby's friend in the beginning? The guy where he was like, listen, Abby, we can't do this. And then Abby is like, I got you.
Yeah. I kind of like the Owen. And I think one other reason why I related more to Gabby in this game. Like
Is it Abby or Gabby? Why you changing her name because she got muscles?
You're right. It's
what you
Gabby,
doing?
I don't know why he said Gabby.
Who the fuck is Gabby? Gabby was her alternate ego.
Hey, you
she work out in the gym. She Gabby. She out the gym is Abby. Gaines. I got you. Gaines, Gabby, Gaines. All right, fuck it. It's Gabby now. Gaines, Abby, Abby with muscles. Dang. I knew when she slow roasted his ass. I knew it had to be something about that decision. And on top of that, there's probably still people out there looking for Joe. Probably.
Yeah, he already did.
Right. That's how because people be acting like Joe was
Joel, listen. Joel there's a part in The Last of Us. Remember that part? I'm gonna tell you how fucked up Joel is. Remember that part in the game on the first Last of Us where they were in that car and then you see the one dude, like help. I think he had a sign or something, help. Mm-hmm. And then Ellie's like, hey, we should help that guy. Joe's like, man, that dude ain't hurt. He ran them over, and all them damn hunters, all the people tried to attack him. They was trying to take their car and shit.
Yeah.
After all of that, after they got attacked, Ellie was pretty much like, well, how did you know that guy was trying to set us up? He's like, people ain't shit. I've been on both sides of it.
Yeah. That's what though?
He was setting people up.
That would be a dope ass game. I think Last of Us could get away with a prequel right now, and I think a lot of fans would be okay seeing Joel again. And if you're gonna show him again, I would say show him dirtier than ever. Show him why the fuck he got slow roasted.
Why?
Yeah, show why. Call it Last of Us. Why he did it? Why it happened? Last of Us. Why it happened? I think that'd be great.
Joel death was Joel. What I look at it like it was karma. He doomed humanity. He doomed humanity. Yeah. He killed the doctor that was working on a cure. The Fireflies are done.
And it ain't like you can find other doctors.
I mean, you might be able to.
Might be able to, but what's the fucking chances of like, yo, I got all my degrees and shit, like.
And I know how to develop a cure for the infection.
And then like that shit, Joe.
We can't even find out a cure for COVID. You think we gonna find a doctor that can cure whatever the hell was going on in that game?
Yeah, I did see a real quick. I know this is off topic, but kind of on topic. I saw a post online about what was the scariest or worst disease, fictional pandemic, and people were typing and shit like that. And there was one that I forgot about. I did type Last of Us, but I also typed this one 28 days later. That one, because them motherfuckers, first of all, I don't like zombies when they in shape. That's not fun. That's not fun. Because all while I'm watching it, everybody's just saying, like, fat people ain't gonna make it. And I'm just sitting there like, bruh, it's not much I can do. Is
Gonna be strapped up.
yeah,
Get you a car.
But
Get you a bike or something too.
yeah, that shit, man, them motherfuckers sprinting.
But I am interested on your take on some of the characters, like Joe, Ellie, Jesse. I know you like Jesse. I think everybody kind of liked Jesse. He was like the neutral character that everybody kind of.
He was just chill, man. Liked. He was chill. When Jesse walked in on them fucking and smoking weed, Jesse was like, "Bruh, come on, man. Joe missing. Can we go? Because y'all obviously ain't taking this shit serious. Y'all supposed to be watching and patrol and making sure people are safe, and y'all over here fucking and smoking, having a good time." So, Jesse was cool for me. Owen didn't give a shit about because I didn't make it that far to give a shit. Abby immediately liked Abby. Ellie, already fuck with Ellie. Dina got a big ass nose, but besides that, she was like a ride or die for Ellie, so that's cool. Tommy, I really wish if they do make a next Last of Us prequel or sequel, I hope they go into Tommy. I feel like so much time has passed and Tommy has lived through all of it. Tommy deserves his own story, not no DLC shit. I thought
it would have been dope to play as Tommy because remember, Tom, at first I was like kind of looking at Tommy like, damn, they just killed your brother in front of you and you just like, well, no, yada yada. Then come to find out that he just told Ellie that so he can go do what he got to do and kind of protect Ellie, quote unquote.
Right. I was looking at Tommy a certain way when he was talking to Ellie about that. He's like, I know they killed Joe, but we gotta let it go. We just gotta let it go. The shit happens. What you want, some oatmeal? And then come to find out that motherfucker took off immediately. And
like soon as he left,
like soon as he closed that door behind that, he is like, all right, I'm with the shit. Let's get like if I was Tommy, I would have brought some friends too. Because nobody's that stupid to go. But you going against Gabby, and her name is Gabby now. Gaines Abby is Gabby. Yeah. Yep. Oh man. Yep. She was punching. I feel like she can punch a clicker's armor off. That's how I felt like. She could punch a clicker in the head twice, and that'd be good enough instead of gunshots. I feel like if Abby wasn't in this game, man, it'd be harder to like it. If what I mean by that is like if Abby wasn't the way she was, it would be a lot harder to be like, all right, I fuck with this. Because Ellie's gonna be Ellie, right? And we're already used to Abby. Right. I mean, Ellie. Right. But everything.
And can we just before we finish, let's just say one thing because I keep hearing people online and clearly they haven't played the game, and they say, "Oh, this is trash. You played as transgender." Abby is not transgender. I just want to put that out there. She is a girl. She was born a girl. She's just a swole ass female. All right, I just want to put that out there. I get tired of hearing that.
She's suffering from the
Serena Williams.
Serena Williams.
Yeah, she got her creatine game up, her protein game.
She starts gains. Gains. Yeah. She was Hodge twins. She was sitting in the close of the camera. She was not doing nothing but games and shit. And people, you know what? You know what it probably is? People who don't got those gains are offended that this chick can just go out during
run your fade. She beat you and your girl up.
Yeah. That's not even funny. That's not funny. That's actually depressing as hell. Who gonna console you after that? Not her. Who waking up first from the knockout?
Let me tell you something.
Jeez.
If she beat your ass, man, you have to spend it every way. She has your man card in her back pocket, and you have to get it back.
If you could tell if they did a live adaptation to this, they would get the chick from the Fast and the Furious movies and Resident Evil 1 to play. I can't remember her name, but
Michelle Rodriguez.
She play every tough chick. But they might have to make her work out just a little bit more. But I really love that take about Abby. Like, she was a girly girl.
Yeah, she
But
was.
her father was murdered by this man, and the whole time she was like, "Yo, I can't just kill." She never wanted to kill Joe. She wanted to slow cook. She
Yeah,
wanted
she
to
wanted to stay in
peel
that
back
moment.
that mother. Yeah, and she got what
Yeah,
she got what she wanted, and that's good. That's good for
she got her revenge. Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
So overall, the rating of this game, uh, full price. You would say if you're a fan, full price you would pay.
If you are a fan and you love the first game, and um, I'll say full price,
Mm-hmm.
but just know that you're probably gonna be angry at what happened to Joel. You're probably gonna be angry at the ending. Me personally, like, what happened to Joel didn't bother me as much. The ending kind of messed with me because it was like,
That's it, or was it like
yeah, it was more like, so what? So this is a spoiler, so I go into the ending.
yeah?
Unless you
I don't care.
okay, so I go into the ending. All right, so I'll do a quick rundown on the game. All right, so you know what happens to Joel.
Right,
Ellie gets angry. She wants revenge.
right.
She goes after Abby. She kills pretty much all of Abby's friends.
Smart. Take
Abby
him out.
finds out. And one of her friends, the dude Owen, he was with that prick. He was with that chick. She became
Oh,
pregnant.
Ellie killed
Yep,
her.
yep.
Oh, out of
Hmm.
just revenge, or was she in the
Well,
way?
she was. It was a little bit of both because what happened was you know that she found out uh where Abby. Yeah, that's why I said there's no good guys, no bad guys in this game. Ellie finds out where Abby was quote unquote staying, hanging out at. Come to find out that Owen and his pregnant girlfriend Mel, they were there. She's like, "Yo, tell me where Abby at." Owen like, "Hey, we not giving up our friends or whatever."
Okay.
They try to he try to get the gun from Ellie. She shoot him. Mel, being a female, she pulls out like a knife or something and tries to attack Ellie. Ellie stabs her in the throat and she dies. Abby comes back, find both of them dead. Abby seeing red. Abby turning on her Rambo.
Oh.
Rambo.
Oh.
Yo, so Abby goes after Ellie. Abby finds Ellie, and meanwhile, this whole time, like Tommy is going after Abby. Uh, Tommy kills her one friend, the dude with the man bun. Tommy killed him.
Yeah, you
You
got to
know,
get the man bun out quick.
yeah, the dude who spit on Joe. I was like, oh yeah, you definitely gonna die.
Oh.
After they killed him, the dude that spit on him.
Okay.
Uh,
And Tommy
Everybody
remembered him.
knows.
Tommy remembered him. Tommy remembered him. Okay. Oh my God.
But so Abby finds. So then Ellie goes back to her little. So don't you know that little map that Ellie has
Yeah.
when she's marking stuff on
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
map?
Yeah.
Ellie didn't want to kill the pregnant chick. She kind of panicked. She dropped the map and she ran off. Abby shows up, pick up the map. Oh, y'all at the movie theater. Okay, got it. She goes to the movie theater. She gets the drop on these niggas. She kills Jesse, shoots Tommy in the back of the head. Then Ellie runs off. Abby's chasing Ellie. Ellie's doing her whole hide, taking cover, hide behind stuff, shooting arrows. She doing her Ellie thing, throwing like Molotovs. Abby catches Ellie and runs that fade on her. Dina comes out. tries to attack Abby. Abby run that fade on Dina, like bashing her head into the ground. Now, at this point in the game, Abby has, don't you know them people, them scar people, those people that be whistling and they got them bow and arrows? You probably ain't make it that far yet.
No.
There's another faction. There's another faction in this game.
Okay.
And they was trying to kill this little boy. Abby saves him. So this little boy is kind of like helping, kind of like she becomes kind of like her guardian, you know.
Okay.
So the little boy, so Abby pulls up Dina's head with her hair, and she got that Rambo knife, and she got it to Dina's throat, like, yeah. And she like Ellie looking like, no, please don't kill Dina. She's pregnant. Abby looks at her. She's like, good.
Right. Like, what the fuck? What? That's the you could have said. That didn't help your case. You just killed a pregnant person. What, Ellie? Did you forget? What the hell?
But the little boy says no. He's like, don't do that. Do not do that. The Abby, she's like, all right, you right. But the funniest thing is when Abby first seen Ellie, the first thing she said was like, we let you go. I'll let you live. And then you kill all my friends.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Did Abby ever tell Ellie why she killed Joe?
That's a good question. That would make a lot of sense.
It would.
I would think so. I can't remember if there was a specific time where she would have did that.
Mm-hmm.
But that would have made a lot of sense if she did. So I'm assuming that Ellie knew why.
So there's only one thing that the reason why I did not want to finish this game, because I didn't want to know if Tommy died or not.
Yeah.
And that just sucks.
No, I'm not finished. I'm not finished. So after Ellie got her ass whooped, she got her arm broken. Right? She laying there bleeding. Her and Dina laying there bleeding. It's like it goes like 4 months in the future. Ellie and Dina have a house. They have a farm. Jesse's son is born. They call him JJ, Jesse Jr. They're raising Jesse Jr., right? So Ellie is suffering from PTSD really bad. Like every night she waking up seeing Joel getting his head bashed in, and she's seeing Abby, and it's like really bad. Tommy is still alive. He survived getting an arrow to the knee. My man took an arrow to the knee, and he got shot in the back of the head. Tommy comes over to the house. And this part, like out of the whole game, this is the one part where I kind of choked up. Tommy comes over to the house. He's like, "Yo, what's up, Ellie? What's up, Dina?" And he was like, "Yo, JJ getting big and all of this stuff." And then Tommy was like, what Tommy said? He was like, "Yeah, so I found out that there's this chick, this big brolic chick. Some trader told me there's this big brolic chick and this little kid off the coast of Santa Barbara in California." And then Ellie's like, "No, I'm done with this.
Damn.
I had to. Yeah." She's like,
That's the type of ass whooping.
Yeah. Because Abby was like, I bet not ever see you or your friends again.
Oh my God.
Tommy was like, "Yeah, so this chick," Tommy, he's limping, he like a bad one. Like his head is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
He's like, "So you done?" He's like, bitch, my brother died.
Right.
Like, we watched Joe die.
Yeah.
Like, you just gonna let her live? He's like, I will go myself, but I can barely walk.
Right.
So Dina and Tommy get into it real bad. Tommy leaves. He pretty much cussed everybody out and left.
Right.
And I was like, man, that's messed up. So
Yeah.
that night, Ellie sleeping. She wake up. She look at the map that Tommy left. She get her shit. She goes to California. And then before she left, Dina was like, please don't do this. Please
She
don't
ain't
do
come. She ain't coming back.
this. Ellie leaves. Dina's like, okay, I can't promise you I'm gonna be here when you get back. Ellie's like, that's your choice.
Right.
Ellie leaves. She goes to California. Now, there's a part in the game where Owen, before he died, he told Abby that he was going to Santa Barbara because he heard there were rumors that the Fireflies were trying to regroup there.
Right.
Remember, they were Fireflies.
Right.
So Abby take the little boy. They go to California. It was a setup. It was a group there that ambushed them, and this group they were kind of like the hunters from the first game. They were just like robbing people and
Right.
doing all the crazy shit. So Abby gets ambushed. They get taken prisoner by this group. Abby. So Ellie goes to Santa Barbara. she takes a boat. She's looking for them. She finds out where they are, but she has to infiltrate this whole like little base with these dudes.
Yeah.
And these dudes got helmets, so you can't even headshot them. You gotta kind of sneak up on them or shoot them. She goes through all of this stuff. She finally finds Abby, and this is the part that really kind of threw me for a loop. Abby would sit up here. They was going to kill Abby. They had her tied up to like this long pole, and they was pretty much just had her there to starve. Her and the little boy. Like, she lost all her games. She looked like a skeleton.
Oh,
Her
she was there
hair
for a
all
minute.
messed up. Yeah, days. She hasn't eaten. That's how they was killing Abby. Ellie cuts her down. Abby, she don't even look like nothing like the same. Like, no game. She look like a skeleton pretty much. Her hair is all messed up. Abby cuts down a little boy. Abby's like, yo, there's a boat over here. Abby puts the little kid in the boat. Ellie's like, pulls out her knife, like, nope, can't let you go. Abby's like, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to do this. Abby puts the knife to the little boy's throat, like, either you gonna fight me or I'm gonna kill him.
Abby does that?
No, Ellie does.
Oh, Ellie? Wow.
Abby's like, okay, fine. They fight. This time, Ellie gets Ellie beats her. Like, even Ellie barely beats her. But in the fight, Abby bites off these two fingers.
Ugh.
And then Ellie's like choking her underwater, like she's trying to choke her to death. Like, Abby is like super weak. She ain't eaten days. And then Abby has like a flashback to Joel playing the guitar. And then she just stops. And then Abby gets up. She's like, okay. Ellie's like, just go. Just take the kid and go. So Abby leaves. Ellie goes back to the house. It's completely empty. Dina, the kid, they gone. They took everything. Ellie's sitting there trying to play the guitar. Now here's another messed up. Ellie's trying to play the guitar. She can't play the guitar anymore. She can't play Joel's guitar anymore because she lost two of her fingers. She puts the guitar down And she's just kind of staring there like she got this look on her face like, oh, I hit rock bottom. I lost Dina, Jesse, Tommy, Joe. I lost everybody.
Yeah.
She walks out, she walks away, and that's the end of the game. Yeah. Yeah.
I think Last of Us
That's why I said
successfully
that
captured what they wanted to do. Because the thing is, when you think of Last of Us, they always, I feel like the goal is to by the end of the game, you're gonna be depressed. You're gonna feel a certain type of way. It's not happy. It's not like, oh my, I just don't understand why hunt Abby down and then let her go.
I didn't get that either.
Maybe Abby can save the franchise after this game because maybe
but I think no. Well, no. What I think what Ellie realized. I think what Ellie realized by the end of the game when she was going to kill Abby was that that's not what Joel wanted. I don't think that's what Joel would have wanted for her, to sacrifice everything for him.
And she did anyway.
Yep.
Dang.
Because if you think about it, Joel just wanted the best for her.
Right.
He just wanted the best for her. He didn't I think it took her a minute to come to that realization that, what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
For one, Joel had it coming. For two, that's not the life that Joel wanted for her.
Right.
So she lost everything. She lost both people, Ellie and Gabby, pretty much lost everything. Ellie lost. Let me say this: Ellie lost Tommy. She lost Joe. She lost Dina. She lost the baby. She lost everything. She can't go back to that settlement anymore because Tommy runs the settlement. He's not gonna let her come back. Gabby. Abby lost Owen. She lost her friend Mel. She lost I forgot the black chick name because Ellie killed her. She lost her games.
Yeah. Fuck.
Everybody lost everything, and I think that the biggest, like if the first game is about that bond between a father and a child, I think this game is learning to let go of things. I think that's the main takeaway from this game, learning to let go. Because after Abby killed Joel, for the most part, she was kind of done with that whole revenge thing. But Ellie kept coming back.
I mean, she got her revenge. And not only she got her revenge, she got it exactly how she wanted. So yeah, I would kind of move on too. Shit. She put that nigga in the oven. She did. So you got some final thoughts on this game, B, before we get out of here?
I would say don't be a sheep and be like those people like, oh, they killed Joe, they did this, I'm not playing it. I would say give it a chance.
I'm not gonna lie. That had to be a white. Wait, that had to be a white guy. That had to be a white. Or if you was like, yo, man, I ain't even gonna lie to you, no cap. Like you can tell who those people are. But yeah.
I wouldn't say full price, but I would say once the price drop, give it a chance.
Gotcha.
It's a fun game.
That's gonna conclude our review of Last of Us 2. I am more confident that I'm probably just not gonna play it, and I'd rather just watch somebody on YouTube play it.
Right.
And just chill, because I'm not that invested in this.
I will say this: if you do get a chance to play around, if you do beat it somehow, the Game Plus mode is pretty interesting because you can actually customize. You can customize the game to where I think you can change it how hard, how smart enemies are, how difficult clickers are, how much resources you find, like bullets and stuff like that. So I haven't played on Game Plus mode. I don't know if I'm gonna play it again on Game Plus mode.
Is Game Plus mode only activated when you beat it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, you can easily beat it on easy, but then you can open up Game Plus mode on any difficulty.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's all.
Everybody, thank you guys for watching. Man, it is 2 a.m. where I'm at. Man, it's been a long, late day, and to wrap it up with this Last of Us 2 news, it's just Abby loses her gains. Ellie loses. Mad. You know what's even more sad?
Lost everything and 2 fingers.
Ellie lost the one thing that connected her to Joel.
Yeah.
Because like
she lost her own.
Think about this. Abby let that bitch go twice.
Yep.
Twice.
Yep.
And still came back. But in a way, Ellie did save Abby's life. So, I mean,
yeah, that she returned the favor, I guess.
Wow. Wow. So Tommy is just all fucked up.
Yeah, Tommy's like if they do a sequel, Tommy's not gonna be. My man took an arrow to the knee. He got shot in the back of the head. Like, I'm pretty sure half his mind is. I'm pretty sure he got PTSD really bad, and him and Marlene, him and what's that chick he was with? They divorced. Tommy.
Oh yeah. Man.
Tommy's gonna turn into the old crazy guy, pretty much.
I find it funny that when he came back, it was a different person than the person that was trying to stop Ellie from going. And now he came to Ellie. It's like, all right, you got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, and for some reason, that was the only part. Like, even when Joel died, I was like, okay, that part really
hit a nerve. Yeah, that was like,
yeah.
He was desperate. He was desperate because Tommy couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. I think you know what we should do, because this went way better than I thought it would. I think we should do more reviews, probably on like movies or whatever. You know what I mean? If you are interested, I watched King of Staten Island, and it is long as shit. And
over 2 hours?
Yeah, it's 2 hours and 17 minutes, but it felt a lot longer. It felt a lot longer. So that's saying.
I'm not a big
Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson.
I just don't like Pete Davidson.
Okay.
I'll check out the movie though. I'll check out the movie. I'll watch it though. Brandon,
I'm not sure if you're gonna finish it, because you're just like, what the fuck? Hey man, what is? I mean, it's a good movie and a bad movie, but I if you do finish it, we can do a review on that, because I finished it, and I need somebody to talk to about this movie. It was a little all over the place, and I see what Pete Davidson is trying to do, but Jesus, this was.
Is it like a story about his life or something like that, or that's what
it's
I heard?
It's based off his true story, but it's not exactly his true story. So, but yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And stay tuned for more stuff coming out. Let me end that. No. Don't want to do that. I just want to stop the recording.